My girlfriend's grandparents kept calling me by her boy best friend's name the entire weekend, and when I asked her why they thought she was bringing him instead of me, she blew up and told me to sleep on the couch. Posted by you/messmer. I know this sounds weird, but hear me out. I am posting this on an alt account so nobody I know can find it. I, 22M, and my girlfriend, 22F, have been together for almost 2 years now. We met during Freshers Week at university, and found out we were studying the same course. Our relationship has been running smoothly, and we rarely argue. The one problem that we have is to do with her boy best friend, who we'll call Alex, 23M. Alex has been around for longer than I have. He has known my girlfriend for around 4 years now, and they attended high school together. I initially had no problem with Alex, until he started making fun of my appearance and accent. For context, I am not a bad-looking guy. I am 5 feet 10 inches, and have a decent build. I've been working out for just over half a year now, and I have good facial features. Alex has pointed out small things like the shape of my eyebrows, the way my hair gets messy since I have longer hair that can regularly get tangled up, and my accent since I am Slavic, and English is not my first language. For the most part, my girlfriend has defended me and called Alex out on his nonsense. But sometimes, she will laugh at the things he says, particularly when he makes fun of my accent. This bothers me a lot, as I struggled with my English for a few months before passing my IELTS and struggled to fit in when I moved here. I have brought this up to her, and she apologizes but continues to do so. Now, onto the issue. My girlfriend and I recently went to visit her grandparents for the weekend. They are a pretty big part in my girlfriend's life. She was raised by them as well as her parents, and this was my first time meeting them. Her grandmother opened the door, and greeted me with a hug, and proceeded to say, "Alex, we've heard all about you." I instantly assumed it was a mistake since her grandmother is old, so maybe it was a memory thing. I corrected her and told her my name. She frowned and shook her head, sure that it couldn't be correct. The dinner was a bit awkward, as both her grandparents kept referring to me as Alex. My girlfriend kept on correcting them, and they looked confused. After the dinner, I politely asked my girlfriend why they continued to mix me up with Alex. She blew up on me, telling me they're old and struggle with memory loss. I apologized, explaining I didn't mean to insult anybody. I just wanted to know why they continued to refer to me as Alex even after correction. We left it at that, and spent the night watching movies that her grandparents enjoyed. I was setting up the bed in the spare room for me and my girlfriend, when I overheard her grandmother and her talking. My girlfriend was talking in a hushed tone about Alex. Her grandmother kept asking why she hadn't brought Alex along like she said she would. I couldn't hear my girlfriend very well, but she told her grandmother something came up, so she had to bring me instead. I was surprised, as we had this trip planned for a couple of weeks beforehand. I heard her grandmother asking how Alex was doing, and when they'd get to see him again. I am really confused. I asked my girlfriend about it in bed, and she insisted that her grandmother just struggled with memory loss and didn't know what she was saying. I asked if she had planned to bring Alex to her grandparents, and if so, I would have had no problem with it if she'd simply let me know. She blew up on me again, insisting I didn't understand her relationship with Alex. She called me a few petty names, and told me to sleep on the pull-out couch. I reluctantly agreed and laid awake all night thinking about the conversation. Since then, my girlfriend has been more irritable, and nothing I say makes her want to talk to me. She has been calling Alex regularly, and refusing to tell me why she's so upset. This is deeply confusing me, as I didn't come across as insulting in any way. I have considered breaking up with her a couple of times, as this behavior is completely out of the blue, and her refusal to communicate properly is worrying me. Any advice? Would I be the jerk if I broke up with her? Thank you for the replies, and helping me realize that this was never just about what her grandparents have said. My girlfriend's behavior is unacceptable, and I will be having a talk with her tomorrow which will ultimately end in splitting up with her. I will post a short update tomorrow for anyone who is interested. Relevant comments. Commenter 1, stop apologizing and backing off whenever your girlfriend lies to your face and throws a tantrum to deflect from her obvious emotional cheating, at the very least. Ops response, thank you for your reply. She has never really blown up on me before this instance, so I was shocked and didn't really know how to react. I didn't want to create a scene at her grandparents' house. I realize I could have continued to question her instead of backing off though. Commenter 2, what makes me feel as though she may be into him is that instead of talking with you, she blows up on you at any mention or question. Why is she being so immediately defensive, if like you said, you've never had to question or give her a reason to be? At the end of the day, you know her better than I do. Maybe she is like that for anything you question or ask her about. Ops response, she is not usually like this, and that is what caught me off guard. She is a very open and honest woman. Her defensiveness was completely out of character for her. We have never had a big argument before this. I have always trusted her, and she has always trusted me. My reasons for being uncomfortable with Alex were because he insulted me frequently, not because I worried my girlfriend may be into him. What happened is making me question her honesty, though. Commenter 3, I agree that her grandparents shouldn't have been getting you mixed up with Alex on multiple occasions. It makes me think she rarely talks about me, or simply doesn't. They didn't even seem to recognize my name. Ops response, I agree. My girlfriend has never really shown much of an interest in my home culture. She tried to learn my language but dropped it because she said it was too difficult. I didn't have a problem with it. I agree that her grandparents shouldn't have been getting me mixed up with Alex on multiple occasions. It makes me think she rarely talks about me, or simply doesn't. They didn't even seem to recognize my name. Commenter 4, yeah, definitely talk about it with her first. But do approach the conversation confident with what you know based on info you've heard or observed firsthand so she can't gaslight you anymore. And honestly, even if, and that's a big if considering that she has manipulated and deflected often, she admits she is in the wrong, you already have a long history of evidence in exactly how much her word is worth from all those times she's continued laughing when Alex belittles you despite promising to stop. That in itself is breakup worthy, by the way. Ops response, thank you. I guess I sort of brushed it off for a while, as most of the time, my girlfriend defended me. But the little things are starting to add up, and this situation is definitely sketchy. Now that I think about it, a lot of the times she promised me to stop, and it happened again, she didn't really think she was in the wrong. She told me she laughs at everything, and it is just a reflex for her, and she wasn't actually making fun of me by laughing at what Alex said. I think a bigger conversation needs to be had. Commenter 5, honestly, my grandmother back in my native country is 89, and her memory is still sharp. I don't think my girlfriend's grandparents were getting confused because of their memory loss. I think my girlfriend has definitely spoke about Alex with them, possibly more than she does myself. Ops response, honestly, I was thinking the exact same thing. My grandmother back in my native country is 89, and her memory is still sharp. I don't think my girlfriend's grandparents were getting confused because of their memory loss. I think my girlfriend has definitely spoke about Alex with them, possibly more than she does myself. I will be having a conversation with her tomorrow when I go to see her after work. To my knowledge, her grandparents do not have dementia or Alzheimer's, or any disease that will affect their memory. She simply told me because they are old, they are losing their memory. Commenter 6, she's telling you that you're secondary to Alex. Ops response, I really hope this isn't the case. I love my girlfriend, and up until now I've had no real reason to question her intentions. Commenter 7, and now you have a reason to question her intentions. And if her response to your questions is to blow up, that isn't a good sign. Communication, and feeling heard, are vital to a relationship. Good luck. Ops response, thank you. I am seeing her in a couple of hours. I am gonna have a talk to her in which I'm going to break up with her. I realize a lot of this is more than just what her grandparents have said. It is feeling like I have to walk on eggshells around Alex, and my girlfriend is doing little to make me feel comfortable when he pokes at my accent. Update, 2 days later. Hi. I am writing this in my car, and what just happened completely baffled me. For context, about a day ago I wrote a post, explaining that I had went to meet my girlfriend's grandparents, and they kept on calling me Alex, her boy best friend's name. Upon asking my girlfriend about it, she got defensive and has refused to speak to me since. My girlfriend got off of work early, and messaged me asking to come pick her up. This is the first time she has messaged me first in days. I agreed, and drove to go pick her up. I waited in the customer section since she works in a bakery, and I noticed some of her coworkers giving me dirty looks. I brushed it off. When she got out, she was quiet. She got in my car with a huff, and then asked if I could drive her to Alex's place, as him and some other friends were having a small gathering there. I admit this annoyed me. I told her flat out we needed to talk, and asked her if she wanted to go to my place to do so. She told me anything I had to say, I could say it now. So that's what I did. I told her that her behavior over the past few days had been unacceptable. Her refusal to talk to me, how she blew up at me for just asking simple questions. This is where the conversation got weird. She told me that her grandparents had been waiting to meet Alex, and that's why they got confused. This is much different from her loss of memory excuse in my earlier post. I asked her why she didn't just tell me that. She told me I wouldn't understand because I don't understand her relationship with Alex. I told her that yes, I do not understand her relationship with Alex. How she lets him insult me, and how she carries on defending him. She told me that people over here make fun of each other, and I wouldn't understand because my culture is different. What? I told her that regardless of my culture, I wouldn't tolerate the disrespect from her friend, and the lying has led me to believe she is no longer trustworthy. I told her I have given her zero reason to lie to me. She started crying and promising me that nothing was going on between her and Alex. I was stunned, as this isn't what I was implying at all. I asked her why she had said that, and she broke down and admitted that Alex had been pressuring her to leave me for months now, saying she deserved better than someone like me. At this point I was done. I don't need this kind of drama. I told her to get out of my car and that we are done. She was crying, and she begged me not to leave her, promised she'd cut Alex out of her life, promised that their relationship was nothing but friendship. I said I didn't care, and I wanted no part in this anymore. Strangely, I didn't really feel sad ending the relationship. I actually feel pretty numb. Her attitude suddenly shifted. She hit my arm and told me I just didn't understand, and that Alex was right, she should have left me sooner. I just told her to get out of the car. She was still crying, and she slammed the door pretty hard and stormed off. Now she's texting me, apologizing and promising we can work this out. I've had a couple of texts from mutual friends asking what happened, as my girlfriend sent them texts calling me controlling and toxic. Why would she want to get back together with me if she's telling our friends that? I put my phone on Do Not Disturb, and am now writing this update. I don't feel sad right now, but maybe that's because I'm in shock. I wrote this update for the people who gave me the courage to leave this relationship. Thank you for all your advice. I told our mutual friends the story, and shared the post with them. They said they always found her relationship with Alex weird. I also shared with them the texts my ex-girlfriend was sending me. They were immediately pissed that she was trying to play them fool. None of my mutual friends have took my ex-girlfriend's side, yet. All of them have apologized to me for the unnecessary drama she was causing, and said they were going to keep their distance. A couple of our friends who did not reach out have blocked me on socials. Guess the trash took itself out. For now, I am feeling good. I've been hanging out with my cats and ordered takeout food. My roommate gets back from his parents' house tomorrow, so I will update him on the situation when I can and ask him to be there when my ex-girlfriend collects her stuff. As for my ex-girlfriend, I sent her a text message, telling her to only contact me when she was going to collect her things. I muted her texts and calls, and will only check again when she's due to come and get her things. Once that's over, I will block her. I'm feeling pretty good about my decision now. Thank you for all the comments. I will respond to as many as I can. I may have another small update on the weekend, as my ex-girlfriend and I are attending the same house party for Halloween. For now, take care, and thank you to everyone who has commented or messaged me. Relevant comments. Commenter 1, can you just block her and her flying monkeys? Her relationship with Alex is obviously more important to her than hers with you, and even she does not realize it. I mean, her grandparents thought she was bringing him for the visit. Let Alex have her, work her out of your system, and live your best life. Ops response, I will be blocking my girlfriend once she has collected her things from my place. As for Alex, I do not have him on any social media, nor do I have his number. Her friends who are messaging me are also my mutual friends. I will not block them yet. They did not attack me, they just wanted to know the full story. If they continue to support my girlfriend, I will definitely limit contact with them. Thank you. Commenter 2, share her text messages with your mutuals. Let them know she wants to get back with you, and you do not understand why since you are so toxic and controlling. And stay away from her. She has too many red flags. Ops response, thank you. I will be staying away from her, and as for my friends, I plan to show them this post and my girlfriend's text once I am in a better headspace. I don't care what she tells her family or Alex about me, but I won't let her try to manipulate my friends. Commenter 3, also tell them that she hit you when you broke it off. It's important information. She is already trying to make people think you are abusive with the words she is choosing to use. Protect yourself by getting the real story out as fast as you can to as many people as possible. The first version people hear is the one they tend to believe even if proved false. Ops response, I told my friends everything. Every one of them who messaged me is on my side. A couple of our friends have blocked me on socials, but honestly, those couple were just her friends. We only spoke out of courtesy. I had no doubt that my friends would stick by my side, honestly. They are smart people and see through my ex-girlfriend's deception. Commenter 4, hey man, you set your boundaries and put your foot down, and I'm proud of you for that. Alex is a chump and seems to be manipulating her for malicious reasons, unless she's lying about your relationship to Alex like she did to your mutual friends. Suspicious behavior nonetheless. Glad you're out of that situation. I hope you find what you deserve. Don't lose yourself. Remember, you are the embodiment of proof that the love you seek out there exists. Don't give up on that. Ops response, thank you so much. I really appreciate this comment. She probably is lying about our relationship. It wouldn't surprise me anymore. And as for me, I will be fine. Thank you for your kind words. Commenter 5, how old is she again? For real? Because it's giving teenagery in the behavior and excuses. And it looks like she's been trash talking you at work because of the looks the coworkers gave you. Anyways, good riddance to bad rubbish as they say. Girlie was most likely using you to force Alex to actually date her for real instead of playing around with her, but he's not going to, or if he is, it'll be until he gets bored. And deep down she knows this. That's why she wants to keep you around. If her little smear campaign bothers you, you can always set the record straight with her texts. As for people make fun of each other thing, listen, I'm a Latina, as in small country in South America, Spanish-speaking Latina. In my country and in the culture in general, yes we make fun of each other. The way siblings tease each other. Playfully, some banter may seem a little too much to outsiders, but that's the thing. You don't mess with someone you don't fully trust, because the teasing and joking and roasting each other comes from trust and friendship. And even then, in the last few years and generations people don't go for the cheap shot of looks unless you're actually fighting. You go for behaviors, you go for situations the other person has passed that are somewhat light. You don't go for the cheap shots unless you are fully intending to offend. Which is what little girl and little boy were doing. You're good now that you got rid of the nuisance, and they deserve each other. And for what is worth, I have best friends in both men and women. I'm a best friend of both men and women. You know what we don't do? Disrespect partners. He wasn't a best friend. He was a guy she wanted but who kept her at arm's length. That's not a friend. Ops response, wow. I have just read this comment, and thank you for taking the time to write it. You are right. Alex is probably someone she wants to keep at arm's length because of the attention he gives her. I am Polish native, and we do make fun of, lightheartedly, our friends too. Keyword is friends. Alex was not my friend. The first time we met and I spoke to him, he burst out laughing and poked at my accent. He lacked basic respect, which is what made me skeptical of him in the very first place. He is not a good person, and I am not the only person he makes fun of. He makes fun of my girlfriend's other guy friends for shallow things, like being short, being overweight, being slow. All things that can break down their character in his eyes. All things they are insecure about. They are both immature and not worth my time. Thank you. Commenter 6, honestly, I feel like I brushed this off a lot more than I should have. Poking at my culture as a reason for not understanding her was extremely out of line. Ops response, honestly, I feel like I brushed this off a lot more than I should have. Poking at my culture as a reason for not understanding her was extremely out of line. I am Polish, and this isn't even true. A lot of my friends back home were girls, and I would never have even thought of crossing a line like my ex did, especially if they were in a relationship. Furthermore, her enabling of Alex when he made fun of my accent definitely hints at something deeper. She clearly had no respect for my culture, honestly. Not just because of Alex, but because of subtle things she'd do or mention. For example, she never showed any interest in learning about my culture. The most she did was attempt to learn my language for less than a month, and dropped it because it was too hard. Fine, I had no problem with that. She would poke jabs at the cultural dishes I would make her. Not even just, oh, I don't like that. Stuff like, wow, you grew up eating this? That's disgusting. Food over here is way better. There is more that I can't think of right now, but I'm glad I'm rid of that negativity. In the future, I may find someone who appreciates me and my culture. Commenter 7, thank you. For context, my girlfriend is from the north of England. She says it is normal for everyone to joke around with each other, and it must be my culture. What nonsense. Ops response, thank you. For context, my girlfriend is from the north of England. She says it is normal for everyone to joke around with each other, and it must be my culture. What nonsense. I am from Poland, and we also make fun of our buddies, but never to the extent Alex has. He is just a jerk, in my opinion, and my girlfriend enables it. Update 2, 3 days later. Pretty much what the title says. If you have been following my previous posts, basically, my ex-girlfriend has a boy best friend named Alex, whom she lied to me about and made fun of me with. I broke up with her after I found out he had been telling her to leave me for months, and when her grandparents called me by his name. It was revealed that she had intended to invite Alex to their house, not me. Anyway, my ex came to collect her stuff this morning, and there was pretty much no problem. She packed and left with nothing to say. My roommate was present the whole time. Tonight, we attended the same party. I was super excited to go and have been all month. I dressed up as an Elden Ring character, Messmer. My friend dropped me off with them, and for the first hour or so, the party started at 6, everything was going great. My ex and Alex showed up at around 8. My ex wore a Catwoman costume, and Alex went as Batman. I wasn't bothered by her presence and continued to drink and enjoy my friend's company. At around 10, Alex approached me and asked if we could talk. I said no, but he insisted we talk. I continued to say no and told him to back off. He was almost begging me at this point, and I refused to engage in it. As I walked away, he told me my ex missed me and wanted to talk. I paid no attention to it, and approached one of my friends to talk with her. My friend's boyfriend got us both drinks, and we chatted and swayed to the music a bit. My ex suddenly approached me. She looked tired and like she had been crying. She asked to talk. I shook my head and said I don't want to talk. My friend's boyfriend told her to back off, and so did my friend. She didn't leave my side. Unfortunately, my friend started to feel sick, so her boyfriend took her to the bathroom. Being alone now, I tried to move away, but my ex grabbed my arm and begged me to hear her out. She was causing a bit of a scene, and I was getting embarrassed. I told her to say what she wanted to say, but nothing was going to change the fact we were done. She started ranting about how Alex was a manipulative jerk, and how she had wanted to cut him off for months before the incident. I didn't buy it. She showed up in matching Halloween costumes with him for frick's sake. I just told her okay, she can do that, but it won't change my mind. She kept a hold of my arm despite me trying to shake her off, and insisted we were still together, and I was just confused. I told her to leave me alone. I didn't like this at all, and she was crossing boundaries she knew I had set. I told her to go and talk with her friends, even get a drink, just get away from me. She then proceeded to put her arms around my neck and kiss me. I pushed her off me, horrified, and she kept on grabbing my arms and crying, saying she'd do anything to keep me in her life. I walked away, and admittedly, felt a bit upset. I decided I was going to leave the party early. As I was trying to find the host, to tell him thank you for the party, but I was gonna head out now, my girlfriend found me again. This time she tried to touch me, and promised I'd regret leaving her. Honestly, I'm embarrassed to admit this, but I froze up. I had no idea why she was doing this. Was she drunk? After like a minute, I pushed her off me a bit roughly and told her to stay the frick away from me. She started crying and saying I was unstable. I pushed past her and left. I called a taxi, and now I'm back at my place. I messaged the friend who took me to the party and told him why I'd left. He's fuming, and said he'd have the host informed and kick my ex out so I could come back, but I honestly don't want to. My whole night is ruined. I might sound stupid, but I'm quite scared right now. I feel stupid for attending the party, too. Not really the update I was hoping to give, but that's how Halloween went for me. Update 3, 9 days later. Hi all. It's been almost a week, and I decided to post an update for the people who have been following my story. If you have not already, I recommend reading my original posts before reading this update. So, I took the advice of you wonderful people and filed a police report. Expectedly, they didn't offer too much support. They documented my case, but told me cases like these don't usually go anywhere, or something like that. I admit I was a mess at the station, and didn't really process everything well. I just wanted to get it all on paper ASAP like you guys recommended. On a better note, my university is taking the formal complaint I filed very seriously. I gave them my crime reference number and explained that I would be uncomfortable attending lectures with my ex. Whilst they are investigating my complaint, they told me I could participate in lectures remotely and access recordings of my lectures, so I didn't have to see my ex in classes. They explained that the investigation may take time, and have offered me support by assigning me to a well-being advisor. I have also been offered short-term counseling sessions. My professor was very understanding and reassured me that I would never be paired with my ex in any upcoming projects or assignments. So, this is definitely a win. I spent the week mostly catching up with my friends and indulging in my hobbies as a distraction. I started playing the electric guitar again, and spent more time at the gym and with my cats. I also have an outing planned with my friends on Monday, and we will be going to a cat cafe, which should be fun. Here's the part of the update that I think will interest you all. About 2 days after the Halloween party, my close friend, Jaya, 22F, called me. I answered, and she started by asking if I was okay. I told her the truth, that I'm not okay right now but I will be, and she offered her support and told me she was 100% on my side. Then, she said something that surprised me. She told me that Alex had limited contact with my ex now. Apparently, one of Jaya's friends is close with Alex, and she found this out through him. My ex had supposedly been lying to Alex the whole time, claiming I was abusive and mentally unstable. Alex was suspicious that my ex was begging to get back with me despite these claims, and found out she was lying and got really mad at her. I don't know how true this is exactly, and I'm always skeptical of gossip, but thinking back it definitely makes sense. Alex is a jerk with everyone, definitely, but begging her to break up with me for months lines up with this information. Apparently, he wanted to talk to me at the party about what my ex had been saying to get some clarification. Not sure why he suddenly cares, and I probably won't ever hear him out because I don't want any potential ties to my ex. Jaya agreed with me, and said she didn't expect me to hear him out. She just wanted to let me know what she had been told. She continued to tell me that my ex has started harassing our mutual friends online now she's been cut off. Jaya told me my ex has been making vague but recognizable posts, such as, how to cope after breaking up with an abusive ex, and, what to do when you find out all your friends are fake. We had a laugh about it together and ended up playing video games the rest of the night. Jaya is a very kind, down-to-earth, smart person. She's been one of my most supportive friends during this time, and we share a lot of similar interests. She loves video games and music. I've been trying to convince her to play Elden Ring, which is a work in progress. She has 3 cats. Jaya will also be attending the outing on Monday, so even more of a reason to look forward to it. I'm conflicted about Alex, too. Despite him being an absolute jerk, not just to me, but to most of his friends, I don't think he should have been lied to like that if the story is true. I wonder now whether he really was interested in my ex, or whether he thought he was being a good friend and helping her escape a toxic relationship. Nevertheless, I am trying to put those thoughts behind me for now, as Alex is still in contact, although limited, with my ex. If you've gotten this far, thanks for reading my posts. I will update again regarding the investigations, both by the police and my university. For now, I hope you are all well, and thank you for all the kind messages and words of support.